seems only fitting, right? Immediately.
Yeah.
The siren's going off immediately.
Yeah. Welcome back, guys. It's Niijii.
It's urbanamp.
At the Rooftop, February 5th, 2018, day after the Super Bowl. I'm just kind of going to get into this one pretty quick. You guys, man, the spot is just blowing up right now. We have to go to another.
It had to be like a basement ramble.
We're gonna have to find a new spot. This spot is like we got regulars are coming up here. It's just it's getting kind of crowded. So I don't know.
I think there's a certain level of privacy that I prefer when we're doing this kind of thing. Not that it's necessarily needs to be on the hush hush.
No, yeah, it doesn't.
But I think there's an amount of privacy and anonymity that I think is appreciated, So, but anyway, so here we are. What is it? Monday. I don't even know what date it is. The 5th.
The 5th, yeah.
5th. It is the day after the big game.
The big game. Man.
Of course, we're talking about the esports 2018. Was it StarCraft, right? I think they did StarCraft 2.
I think it was.
Korea versus... Oh, no. I'm confusing things. Korea versus... No, all joking aside, yeah, this is, the big game, which is something that we wanted to talk about. Is just the idea that that term is I don't know how to. It's yesterday. Mm-hmm. The idea of the big game, of the big day, of the all-American tradition. It was like I don't know what is ubiquitous. Everywhere. It's
to the point where
it kind of the whole day revolved around that.
Yeah.
All up and down the different levels of society. It was really strange. And anyway, sorry.
No. I was just. I mean, you're right. It almost felt like a pre-holiday, like it's almost there. Like you just, you know what I mean? Like it's getting the push now. Now they're
It's only a matter of time before it's declared a national holiday.
They're just going to declare because most people
working on Super Bowl Sunday.
Most people call it sick. People call it sick on Monday anyway. So you might as well just go ahead and do it.
It's like the Monday after Super Bowl Sunday is going to be a federal holiday.
Yeah, it's every Sunday. It's just like that. What do you call it? The Thanksgiving. It's every Thursday. Some people call in sick every Friday. And anyway, but I spent the day not doing anything related to football or American football or Super Bowl or the big game or anything. But even though I didn't watch it or pay attention at all to it at all, it still affected my day. It was very strange. Plans were made around me regarding that day. Yeah.
There was an expectation that I was expected to go to this party I was invited to go see it and hang out with guys and drink beer, eat chips and stuff. And I was like, why?
Banging your chest and
I'd much rather do what I did, which is get a lot of little chores done around the house and spend time with my family. That's what I did. So, but.
I was in there. Unfortunately, I was surrounded by where I couldn't get away from it. No matter where I went, people were talking about it. So, but I just wanted to just bring up some quick bulletins real quick when we were talking about it. Just the game and how preoccupied as people are with this.
It's like we're inundated with the idea of Super Bowl is such a big deal. Everyone watches it. There's sales all around based around this day. Everyone buys TVs for this. Everyone buys a grill for this.
Yes.
Everyone's going to eat a bunch of food, have a party for this. It's like a big deal, right?
That's what I'm saying. It's like another holiday.
Kind of go back
pretty much.
So it really does.
It's almost like it's like a pre. It's
like
almost
a holiday.
There. It does.
You're right. Even though it's not recognized officially, but it is sort of unofficially recognized. It kind of is. but we wanted to kind of we were like, okay, so what's up with football anyway, and Super Bowl and all that? So we did just a little bit of research and found a few little factoids that we found very interesting, and it kind of led to this whole other stream of thought, about I guess diversion and sort of dumbing down of society.
Yeah.
And anyway, so why don't you go ahead with what you were going to say?
Just really like sports in general. They started as activities for kids, right? Kids just play these games, right? Let's just kind of start at the beginning, right? So it's kid games, keep them, active and
recreation,
right?
Yeah.
And then the adults, once you kind of grew out of that Peter Pan fairy tale land, then you became an adult, and
then you
worried
did adult things.
Did adult things, right? So it's and I kind of thought, I was thinking about it is a kids' game, but as we become adults and you're still fascinated with these kid games, it's almost like the dumbing down of it, right?
It's like we're maintaining a level of immaturity.
Correct, right? By still
spending
right.
so much of our energy in our mind space on sports, which is essentially it's like, I think so. Like what you mean is that back in the day, I think the timeline we looked at, it was like in the 1920s or so, something like. No, what was it? 18? No, I'm sorry. We need to get these dates straight, but. Before, as we know it, modern sports as we know it, right?
1800s.
Sports really was a kid's thing. It was like kids played sports. You didn't go and think and talk or do sports as an adult. That just was like silly. But now adults spend a lot of time and energy thinking and doing and talking about sports. So in such a way that it's almost. If you're spending so much of your energy on that, then who's to say that what is happening?
I don't know, man. We're getting flagged out here, and we got helicopters flying around us.
What is that way of? Oh, that's something else. That's a plane, right?
Waving at somebody else? What the hell is that? Are you?
Is he waving?
I don't know.
Is it not?
Is he gonna? I don't know. Let's see. I don't know if he's looking up here or is he looking at somebody in the building?
Is he looking at someone down there? Is something happening down there?
Because if he was flashing the light, shall I pause this?
What? Oh, I guess so. Yeah. You said.
All right, we're back. We had to take a little break here.
Hold on. No, it's okay. It's okay.
We lost our train of thought.
We took a little break. That's like a euphemism, right? So essentially, it's called Rooftop Rambles, right? And because we're on a roof. I mean, it's a parking garage, and we're on the rooftop level of the parking garage, where our cars are parked, and that's where we've been doing the Rooftop Rambles. We stand here on the roof and look around at the city, but we just got spoken to, I guess is one way of putting it. Or euphemisms by one of the security guards. Who came up and
told me. I mean, okay, how do you want to describe it?
He was doing his job just too damn good. Like
he told me he told me that I'm not allowed to stand where I was standing, which is at the edge of the railing, right? You know, there's a railing and I lean on it. Told me that I'm not allowed to stand there for my safety, and so then I asked him, where can I stand?
Yeah, it was just a simple question. Like,
and
how far away do I need to be safely away from the railing? That was it.
Yeah, what is the distance that is, you know, deemed acceptable to be standing on?
Yeah,
could not get a straight answer. Like something about, I don't know, me being more educated and therefore I ought to understand or something.
Yeah.
And then I also was asking. I was also asking that I needed clarification.
Yes.
Is he telling me? I said, you know, to the person, I said, are you telling me that you are not going to allow me to stand at the edge here, on this railing,
Correct.
on this roof, and that you're concerned about my safety and you're suggesting I stand back? Is that, or are you telling me I cannot? You're not going to let me,
yes.
Or that you're concerned about my safety? You know, again, couldn't get a straight answer. So
yeah, no straight answer.
So that's good.
Boss.
And then he gets to say, I'm just doing my job. Okay. So what is your job? Yeah. Are you telling me I can't do this, or are you a nice guy and you're concerned? Well, I don't think he's a nice guy.
It wasn't nice. It wasn't.
I don't think he's concerned.
Concerned, he should have gave an explanation. Well, you know, I don't know. I think we definitely could have worded or put it in a different, more polite. Because, I mean, the tone in his voice and being condescending, kind of like.
And he rolled up here and was shining one of those bright ass like mag lights that cops use in her eyes, to the effect where I could not see him. It was
Correct,
he was using it for that purpose.
Yes,
he was using it to shine in our eyes, intimidation factor, and then tell us do something. You know, light is shining in your eyes. You can't see. Authority is saying do this. That's the effect he wanted. Yeah. But
he had the red and blue lights.
So and he has his red and blue flashing lights.
So it kind of made him, you know what I mean?
But like, instead of
kind of perk up a little bit.
I mean, I think that maybe he wasn't expecting my response, because my immediate response is, oh, who do you think you are? Let's do this. Like, you need to explain yourself. Like, I don't respond well to that kind of that outright demand for subservience to authority. Like, that's just no. Yeah, we need to. If you want to do something, you can explain yourself, and I will choose to comply or not. You know, and I didn't get any explanation.
No, it was not. So we.
But nonetheless, we have now moved a few feet away from the rail. So let's see if this is an acceptable amount to the security system here.
Let's go see if the boss comes up here.
Yeah, that'd be good. I'd like to hear that.
Yeah. So he can explain it, because obviously you're not hiring, I don't know, people who are intelligent. It was just a simple question. Just give us the answer or something. Anyway,
so we were trying to have a sort of a history, right? Or like sort of the origins
games
of American
adults,
football.
Yes. About the adults, you know, staying, you know, in that in that infancy type of state.
Right. If you're still engaging in these activities that were typically recreational, juvenile, right? Then maybe, and you're full-grown adult still like engaging in this. Then maybe it's still, like you said,
kind of
keeping you
over,
in an infantile state, or it keeps you in a juvenile state.
Yeah. Right.
Sirens. Now I just get angry.
Yeah.
I would not see. I'd be that guy that get his ass shot at like a random checkpoint, a DUI checkpoint, you know, or like arrested because So when looking into some of the origins of football, something that comes up right away is the concept that of bread and circuses.
Yeah.
Bread is like where
in the days of Rome, when the people were unsettled or upset with the emperor, with the governing
policies that
ruler. And one way that the ruler had of sort of quelling that kind of unrest, settling the masses would be to do big games, sports, gladiator stuff.
Events,
essentially is like, here's some violence.
Yeah.
Be distracted. Don't think about what we're doing. And it worked.
It worked.
It worked really well.
Yeah.
And
feed them
how,
and keep them entertained. I mean,
that's bread. Yeah. So they would give them bread, and they would have circuses or like fights and stuff. And so football, American football, has been, and I think sports in general. I think maybe just like organized, just sports, commercial sports, in general, or sort of. But I think football, American football, is a really good example, especially in the context of how it's so like, American football, or really if you just call it football, the two O's, it's like the American sport, right? I mean, I know people say it's like, oh, baseball is but I don't know. I feel like football is more representative, and it's a kind of a bigger deal. I think because like I don't follow sports, so
It's crime ridden LA. It's crime ridden LA.
Is it crime though, or is it just people wanting to be citizens with liberty?
Jeez.
So
like in that like how many holidays are?
They're saying that like back in the day. So sorry, at one point in Rome there were 159 recognized official holidays throughout the year. So we were saying that's something like almost half the year, like 2/5 of the year, something is our holidays.
Yeah, so I see the weeks that's weeks out of the year, or like every 3 days is a holiday. Like every 3 days you got a holiday. Something's coming up. That's a lot. You're not very productive.
How could a society be productive? Could be philosophical. Could think and dwell and consider what's going on, or have enough time to like speak up and out about stuff. No, or like organize anything. You're too busy either working or indulging in diversion, and it's like so that makes me think about I don't know if this is just something that I've just kind of recognized for a long time, since I was just maybe an adolescent or juvenile, so just that like every month there's a holiday. Every month there's something to kind of look forward to.
Yeah, I think I was talking to B-Rod about that too. And it's around like every 6 weeks or so. Something.
There's like something.
It's around there.
And it's like how many off days do we like in school? There was always like an off day to look forward to, where there'd be a 4-day week. And like so everything we do is sort of subdivided into weeks. I take that back.
Every 6 weeks, like a major holiday. I should reframe that as something.
Oh, because there's also there's sort of like lesser holidays.
There's lesser holidays that other people get days off or whatnot.
People's birthdays and whatnot.
But it's around there though. So at least definitely once a month, every 6 weeks.
And then then we can look at also there's certain holidays that are like these big commercial enterprises, and there's certain ones that like the whole country shifts and sort of adapts to the needs of certain holidays. Like there's like Thanksgiving is such a gigantic deal in America that there's like a certain day of the week, and there's a certain holidays, and there's like certain bidding that happens for vacation time, and there's certain it's a big deal, and Christmas and Halloween and all these things, I was just thinking about how all these holidays, they're nice, but I also see how like they're nice to be experiencing them with family and friends, and sure, but like they're also another way to keep us distracted, right, from what's happening around us. Like, remember you mentioned, and I was like, dude, this is great, because we even talked about this on a previous ramble about December 20th, 2017.
Oh, yes.
Trump's executive order.
Yes,
the one about violation of like basic human rights.
Human rights, yeah.
Correct, which is that I think it was, we were speculating on whether or not that's sort of and like a subtle or like a subtle attack maybe on like the pedophiles of the country, like the elite, Pizzagate scandal, right? So anyway, but that went down on December 20th. Well, everyone's really busy on December 20th.
Yeah, you got 5 days.
Their work Christmas parties. They're doing their family family Christmas dinners. They're having their family Christmas parties. They have people flying up and down.
You got to try to
people usually off
that.
Work. The kids are off school.
Yep.
Everyone's getting ready for the big holidays.
Yeah.
Their attention is diverted away from things that like that. Instead, they're focusing on all the holidays that we, as a society, were sort of expected to celebrate. And I think there's an expectation that everyone is doing these things, and it's very like strange. It's very weird to not engage, right? I had people all day talking to me about the game, as if I'd watched it, as if beyond a doubt you watched it.
That's what I was gonna say.
Why wouldn't you watch it? Like, of course you did. I have no doubt that you watched it. So let's talk about it. Like all day long. It's like I have no clue what's going on. Like all I know is that some like pretty boy throws balls. Like likes to play with balls. That's all I know. I don't know what we're getting at. Okay, so again, sorry, I'm so distracted. I'm still kind of angry about that.
Yeah,
I would not do well when like New World Order hammer drops and FEMA's trying to make me do something. Man, I'm not going to do well.
You know what? I don't know. Just I thought about like on the way in about we had V-Rod on and he gave his awakening story, and there's it says it in the Bible that the path to righteousness is narrow. So don't take the broad path, but just sidetracking. There's a lot of people that aren't awake and who are still in the matrix, participating
and agents.
Unwittingly,
they're performing as agents, right?
Yeah, and they're on the broad path. You know what I mean? I mean, they're
like if there is the concept of kingdom, if there's any kind of an after, and if the path is narrow, as in like there's I think what you're getting at is that's sort of like the aberrations would be the one, right?
Yeah, I really don't want to get into it.
The norm is mainstream. It's wide.
It's
probably
wide.
Right. And
right.
so, then the odd men out. The odd men out. The aberrations, the anomalies.
Yeah.
Those, remember, because like I think I mentioned some time ago, we were talking about who, there's this idea of the 1%, and which I think is also another psyop, but then I think also those who are awake, who are actually sitting and thinking about this stuff, that's sort of the other side of the 1%. There's very, very few people that are actually thinking about this and talking about it openly, Maybe there are some people that are thinking about, like we said, remember, there's the gateway conspiracies. There's some people that maybe like they have considered the idea of JFK or something, But I mean, that's a whole different thing than the people like you and I now. We are openly talking about this and sort of actively trying to spread truth and meet and discuss with other people and hopefully spread truth, and spread the awakening to other people, and it's like that's. Even myself, just like a year ago, I was not that person. I was still, I think, in the mainstream path. Even though I've always been kind of a unique person or whatever, or different, but I still was not open to that. So, I see what you're saying. The narrow path
I really want to have what would be right again once he's on. I just kind of have to jot that down. But,
I was, admittedly, like I was not submissive to this guy, and I responded, I think, with, I don't know what the word is, like I mean, you were there, but I don't think I was.
The question was simple.
Aggressive. I don't think.
No, I know,
but like I think I was sort of adamant.
Yes.
And not submissive, and that almost equaled, I think, a response that from the person, the security guard, that was then heightened, maybe.
Yeah.
Because I think people in these sort of authority positions are not used to being spoken back to.
Correct. Correct.
So, and I was not about to be told. I needed us to have a discourse, and I don't think he's used to that, or that people in those positions are used to like that. I'm like demanding that we talk about it, not just I'm not going to comply. We need to talk about this.
Correct.
And so like I think that escalated pretty quickly.
Yeah, it did, and that's what I'm saying. It was.
This guy is probably not a bad guy. Probably not a mean guy at all. He's probably a nice guy, right? But he acted out like an agent of the system, of the Matrix.
Yes.
Like regardless of who his character is, or who he feels he is on the inside, he's behaving just like another member of the system.
Yeah.
And that's something I think that's important to acknowledge.
Put that badge on.
Are we doing that
riding in the car
in our day-to-day with other people? Are we furthering the system, furthering the goals of psychopaths that don't give a shit about us, or are we maybe doing the opposite? Maybe trying to help spread truth and awareness, awakening, or maybe we're just in the middle, not really doing either, and hoping that we can get by as long as possible. Because I know that's where I was definitely in a place where I was sort of just gonna get by. I'm gonna sneak on by.
Yeah.
I was very actively trying to make it so people did not pay attention to me. Like I was sort of like, I don't want you to know my name. I don't want you to really like recognize me. I don't want to be someone who is paid much attention to. That was an active goal for a while.
I can agree to that. I think I don't know. Maybe it just comes with like I said, it is like I said, the more you know, the more knowledge you know. I mean, I think probably eventually is going to just kind of speak out and not like how long? Like we kind of had that discussion. If we never met and we had our right. Uh-huh. Yeah, if we never met, would we still end up on that path? I explained. I think I would because of V-Rod, and we still speak, and he still, like I said, he planted seeds, and he might have said something, or so we did have conversations. I would just never tuned in where it kind of flipped, like the switch never. Just never like, quite. It was there.
There's sort of a threshold. Yeah. Where once you reach this amount, then you're like, eyes open.
Yes.
That's it.
Yeah. It's like, okay, I can get it now. That was stuff. Okay. Yeah. You have to go back and start relearning history and your facts and
what you have learned.
You do have to. It's daunting because you're like, You're like, okay, now I'm this age, and you got a family or friends, and you're just kind of in this lane in your life. And now it's like, okay, now the stream is going the opposite.
Our society is set up in such a way that also, as an adult at a certain age in a certain lane, there isn't really an easy or a good way to get out of that.
Out of that current, it's almost going to be upstream, pretty much. You know what I mean?
It's like the idea to figure out how to get off grid, or be a prepper, or go homesteading or something. That's something that, had I been like a young person planning on it, it would have been fairly easy to accomplish. But starting out at a later age with family and debt and having to, it's not easy. It's very difficult to
to make those kinds of life changes. We're already like you said, we're already on a path. We're already in a lane, you know.
Yeah.
It's much easier to stay in the lane.
It is easier.
At some point, we do want to get out these. Okay, so let's again, back to the big game.
Back to the game,
because
right,
I'm so distracted by all this other stuff.
Yeah.
I'm not even thinking about the big game, right? God. So, you know what? Essentially, we just looked into it in a very brief, it's like very cursory, like a glance of research.
Yeah.
And it's like quickly it becomes, obviously, like most other things that present in such a way, like you know, this is, you know, football is pushed by the mainstream media. It is promoted by by like the presidents, you know. It's obviously it's going to be another modality, another tool of control, right? I mean, like you don't even have to really look into it if you just sort of come at it from that lens, that perspective of we live in a control system. You know, those powers that shouldn't be want to maintain control, right? So obviously football fits right in. It makes a lot of sense. Well, then you just do a brief glance and it's like, oh wait, the guy who like invented the sort of the rules, or you know, changed the rule set of rugby to then what would eventually become American football.
Walter
Camp, thank you. He's he's a Skull and Bones from Yale guy.
Yeah, correct.
Correct. It's like that's almost like of course it is. And then the other like main guys who helped to develop it was like a couple Freemasons.
Pop Warner.
Pop Warner Freemason.
And
another Skull and Bones guy, right? So it's just, and then what was it? Some of the first owners and like chairman and you know, commissioners of the league back when the league was first kind of started, and there were teams it was all being organized in a very official fashion. You know, all that big money got put in, right? Well, all those guys, of course, had links to gambling. You know, to sports gambling, since horse racing, all that stuff. You know, mafia. It's like, and that's been going on forever too. You know, so. I'm sure if we kept looking into it, we would find more and more detail. But I think that's enough for me, at least, to go. Okay, well, that just sort of confirms suspicions. You know, and I don't know. I guess I just thought it was important to not only sort of express my displeasure at the concept of like the big game day and how we're just, like I said, inundated with it. Like we're all the expectation that we're going to participate, you know, but also that I was, like, I think it was almost like, the confirmation of the roots of football being likely nefarious, you know, or likely just the idea that it's probably like another piece of the control grid. It was almost satisfying, I guess, to like go, oh, okay. That makes sense. Like that was kind of my guess, and I feel like I have some level of confirmation that I'm pleased with or something. Like it's
okay. Because like I said, it started off as just kids' recreational game. Now it's all political. I mean, like once you start introducing that fiat currency to it, it takes on a whole different entity, like on its own. You know what I mean? It's
you know, it's how many people make the comment like, oh man, they pay these sports players, you know, $6 million to like throw a ball.
Right.
You know, that's crazy. You know, or just like, I mean, I feel like I've heard that so many times. So many
when these
comments
players,
on the way that we pay sports players.
And you got to think about that. Like, well, is that they're just entertaining. So if somebody can afford to pay somebody $200 million to play this game, how much money are you making? Right? I mean, if you can say I can pay you $200 million for 5 years, I'm good. I'm gonna be making probably billions.
And so these guys making billions, like you're making the kind of money that puts them in a where they're not participating in society the way that
where
the way that the people who watch these things, and the people who are fans and who are like, my team pride, these people are living in a different way than the fans.
Yeah, it puts you like literally like above the law. Like you're writing laws. You have enough money to pay people who write the laws.
Like these are those people who are part of that group. There's sort of those powers that shouldn't be. There's obviously, I think there must be sort of different tiers or power levels, within that group. But those people that own these teams, they're in that group. Whatever level they're at, they're in it for sure. Because the amount of money and sway and power and political power they have, it's insane. And I think it's just like I said, it's all sort of, it all speaks to the likelihood that this is that the intention is to divert, and distract, and push agendas, and etc.
Because it's almost, well, I don't know. So in the Super Bowl, you got Eagles, right? Which is American, right?
Okay,
and you got the Patriots, right? So
this year's game, I wonder about all the symbols too. Or like 50 is the 52nd, right? And it's like there's 52 weeks in a year. What? I don't know. It's a stretch.
But it was like, the Patriots losing is is one symbolic thing, right? And the Eagles, I don't know if it's
Patriots lost and the Eagles won. Yeah,
the Eagles won, right?
Eagle,
I don't know if the Eagle is like a war eagle. I mean, it's a bird of prey.
There is
I don't know,
eagle. The eagle is a symbol
of America,
and also of I'm gonna look this up later. Damn it! We should.
There'll be an addendum.
It is another. It's like some secret society or something uses the eagle as well. But I can see sort of there is just the simple, like you said, the sort of the patriotic symbolism of the Patriots versus the Eagles. That's a good point. As the Patriots lost.
It's all for America.
Well, as they say, freedom isn't free. So when in Rome.
We're in a circus. We're in a circus.
I'm hungry, so I'm gonna get some bread.
Go home to the family.
Which
is the part of the circus.
Anyway, where are we at? Jeez. I just I hope this is getting listened to out there. We got to work on, I think, a lot of the sort of the aesthetic, we don't have cool thumbnails and stuff yet, but I just hope that the content is there, that I hope there's some value in listening to these discussions, and maybe it can help prompt something. I don't know.
It can help you, it can help somebody else,
because I know that me listening to all the random talks I've listened to over the last year have just been such a huge help to my awakening. Also, having you to talk to.
Well,
that's huge. Having someone to actually talk to you in person.
Yes, correct. I think we all need somebody where you can actually just let your, whatever your gateway conspiracies, or your path of growth. Your knowledge. I don't know.
Anyway, let's call it. Game over, fourth quarter. I don't know. Bottom of the ninth. Other sports game-ending analogies. Insert here. Urbanamp. Signing off.
Niijii out.